you can disregard everything I've said. If you are not for anarchy, then you need to understand that the only other way the government can be sustained, other than through taxes, is through voluntary donations to the government. Nobody would donate. The government wouldn't have enough money to support, they wouldn't have enough money to run the prisons, the healthcare system, everything. It would all fall apart without taxes. You pay the money, and they pay it back to you with order and, well, fairly peaceful living. I mean, you're...
Peaceful living? What do you define as peaceful? Just interesting that you're using peaceful. I mean, what is peaceful about my life? Is it peaceful to go into someone's house and hold a shotgun to their head and to tell them what to do, what to think, what to say? Is that peaceful? Because that is essentially what the state does, and that is something that you advocate. And I know what you're thinking, because you're thinking what all statists think. They think that these examples that I give are ridiculous, that they're not the same, because they attribute divine powers to the state, divine rights. Just like they did with religion before, they now do it with the state. You must follow the law. It doesn't matter what it is, you must follow it. Why? Let's carry on.
Paying for your way of life. You stop paying, then you're not going to be living like you are now, really, are you? I mean, the country wouldn't be in a good state. Number 3...
Oh no, the country won't be in a good state. Oh, Rule Britannia, please. Please be in a good state, Britain. Please get better. Please, please. Fuck the country, fuck the country, fuck the country. Point 2. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, now, taxes tax your money, your currency. For example, I live in New Zealand. If I go out and get a job, they pay me in New Zealand dollars, and it is New Zealand dollars for the tax. And who runs the system? Who creates the currency, New Zealand dollar? Who sustains it? Who keeps the inflation between 1% and 3%? You know, who controls that currency? The New Zealand government. As they run the currency, in fact, the currency is run from the money that the currency that you give them. This is kind of hard to work, but I just want to get the point across that taxation isn't theft, or at least in my opinion, and my opinion is right.
Wrong.
As always. You go out now. You could create your own currency. You could say, hey there. Well, not necessarily currency, but you could go and do a job, and they could say, okay, you've done that job. We'll pay you in shells. Here's some shells, and you go, oh, I like shells, and I'm going to use these shells to go and buy something in a shop. Of course, the shop wouldn't accept shells because the country is run by the government and the taxes you pay. But if there was a shop that accepted shells, you could say, oh, here's some shells, and the whole system works. Not the government don't tax it. You have the option to do that. You have the option to be paid in shells and go and buy things in shells. But you don't, because that would be risky. You want to use a currency that works, is stable, and is there, which is also run by the government, which is run by your taxes. You stop paying them, the currency falls apart. Once again, referring back to the definition, stealing is...
Right, let's pause you there for a sec. Right, so your argument is that I have an option, I have a choice, yeah? To do what the government says, keep my house, keep my job, keep my family, not have to live on the streets, not have to beg for food. I have the option to be within the system, or I have the option to be out of this, I have the option to pay taxes, or I have the option to live on the streets. And that's a valid choice, is it? In your eyes, that is a choice that's okay with you, yeah. So that means that taxes are in some way voluntary, does it? Because going back to the original example that we typed to each other, if I came to your house and said, "Give me 30 quid. I'm going to spend this." And you say, "Why?" I'm going to say, "Oh, I'm going to spend this on security. I'm going to pay a security man to stand out your house for as long as I can with 30 quid. This is a weekly payment that I need from you." And you say, "No. What if I don't want to?" I say, "Oh, that's fine. All you have to do, if you don't want to pay me 30 quid, is leave your house, go and live on the streets, quit your job, and just go and live on the streets for a while." And then you say, "Actually, I don't like either of those options." And I say, "Oh, well, don't worry. There's another option. There's a third option." Which you didn't mention in the video, by the way. There is a third option. And this option is stay in your house and don't pay me the money. But I'm going to use money that I take from other people to send in a squad of men to your house, and they're going to take away your possessions. And then they're going to kick you out of your house and take your house away as well. And then what they're going to do is they're going to, if you have kids, they're going to take your kids away. And I'm going to choose some parents for them who I think fit. Then I'm going to put you in jail. We are spoiled for choice, aren't we? We are. Carry on.
It's stealing if it's without permission, and unfortunately, what I've just pointed out is that it's not without permission, it's not compulsory. You have the option.
Wrong, 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 wrong. As I just said, you're wrong. I think that's the end of the video now. I really don't want to hear any more of this. Let's just carry on from there.
Taxation isn't theft. There is, of course, the chance that I've been a complete idiot and have no idea what I'm on about, what I'm going on about, which is pretty likely.
Yeah.
But I've done my best to get
you
my
have.
opinion
To be fair, you have.
Been a bit of a dick, like normal.
No, but I like you, really.
I try not to, and
I like you.
I've forgotten your YouTube username, but
Neighbourhood Watch with a 0.
Nothing personal. It's just my opinion, and
no, it's fine.
Express your opinion.
Yeah.
And don't take this as an attack on your opinion. I mean,
it is a attack on my opinion, but that's fine, you know.
It's fine that you have it. I've gone on for way too long about way too much. I'm not sure how much of it's relevant either. I'm kind of worried it's going to come out crap. But that's all. I'll see you later.